we're going to throw out some basic tips, oil changes to the alignment, to adjusting the chain, as well as your air filter. We're going to start with the front end, you guys. Now, a lot of these trikes here, you definitely need to align the front wheels properly. Again, you have to do this from time to time. Now, start with the tie rods over here in the front end.
Okay, well, in order to adjust your alignment on these, you have your tie rods going across over here. On each side, there's a nut that locks onto this bar. One of them is reverse threaded and one of them standard threaded, so you turn them both the same way if you want to loosen them. So like this will rotate up, and same with this as well. And then you just spin this rod depending on to lengthen or shorten this to change how the wheels are aligned.
Okay, so these on both sides, these tie rods over here, you're going to loosen this where my finger is at, as well as these here. And what size are we using?
Those are 9/16 or 14 millimeter.
All right, 9/16 or 14 millimeter. You guys are going to use this. Now, this is going to allow you. There's tie rods here on both sides, as you can see where my hand's at. You're going to loosen these out, and it's going to allow you to pull the wheels in or further out, properly aligning them so you get proper wears as well as proper braking. So the braking will be equal on all sides, you guys. We're going to work our way back now. Oil change, you guys. A lot of you guys that own these want to do their own oil changes. So we're on the right side right now of the Dragster 200. This is the oil fill and oil check as well, where my finger's at. All right, so this is going to be where you drop your oil. What size do we use here, Tyson?
Oh, it's a 17 millimeter.
Okay. All right, so go ahead. We're actually going to give a true oil change on this one. Change out the oil. And
oh yeah,
go ahead.
I was going to say, remember that up under this cap is a spring along with a little thimble oil screen. So when you're loosening this up, it will try to push the spring out.
Okay, let's take a look at how he does that. Get a little closer here. And now this takes just shy of a quart of oil, you guys. You can see the oil coming out, pouring out here. And you can see the thumbnail he's talking about here, how it's set up. So make sure it goes back in its proper location.
Which is the small end of the spring goes into the cap. The thimble goes down into the large end of the spring.
Okay, you guys can see that. All right, so we're going to set this down here and let that oil come out of the engine over here and work our way to the back area here. So we're going to show you guys what area here to adjust your chain.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, the first thing you need to do is loosen up the axle here. So this side is a 24 millimeter. The other side is a 19 millimeter.
All right, let's walk around to the other side, you guys. So you're going to loosen the axle first. All right.
Okay. Loosen the axle first. Then you will loosen up these jam nuts. Well, I see this nut that's right up here against the against the front of the swing arm here. And if you need to if you need to loosen your chain up a little bit, you turn this in and then you push the tire in. And or if you need it tighter, you just crank these down evenly on both sides at the same time. And I find it's usually easiest just to loosen these up a fair amount, slide it in as far, slide it in a little ways till your chain is too loose, and then slowly tighten down the bolts on either side, or turn these bolts out on either side to push these blocks back, and that will set your chain tension.
Okay, so we're going to loosen this nut right here where my finger is at. All right,
with the 10
on both sides with a 10 millimeter. Then this will allow you to spin this in. All right, and then loosening your chain.
Yes.
Okay, and then if you want to tighten your chain, then you turn this in the outside right here, correct?
Correct, yes.
Using the same, what size?
Using the 10 millimeter.
10 millimeter as well.
Yeah, both this nut and the head of the bolt are both 10 millimeter.
Okay, now you guys can see that's the same way here on this side, so the sides are exactly identical, you guys. And then once you reach your proper tension on the chain, then what are we going to do?
As soon as you get the proper tension on the chain, you tighten this axle bolt back down.
Okay.
So it's nice and tight, and then you tighten the jam nuts back down up against the front of the swing arm here.
This is where your spark plug's located, you guys. And that's where you're going to remove your spark plug.
This is the spark plug right in here. So
Okay.
you just pull this cap off. Slides out.
There you go, and it exposes your spark plug, you guys. Now, we use NGK brand. This is a CR7 HSA. This is the actual spark plug to use on this. And then this is the fuel filter, you guys. Always use a high quality fuel filter, and you'll see under here, this is where your, right here, I'm moving it right here. This is your fuel filter here, and this is where you change this out as well when you need to do that. So, see where the spark plug's at right now, you guys? So again, it's gonna take a standard, what size spark plug puller, or metric, correct?
That's a 16 millimeter or a 5/8, a standard 5/8 spark plug socket.
Okay, all right, so let's work our way around this side here. Some basic service again. So this right here is where your air filter, your foam air filter is located, you guys. So if you need to remove this from time to time to clean it out, this is the air box right here. Now there's some mounting bolts over here. You got one over here that mounts the cover on this, so you have to remove one. There's one up here, 2, 3, and then 4, and then one down here as well. This will remove the cover, allowing you to get access to that foam filter. One important area to adjust. Now this does include a parking brake feature, you guys. Now where my hand's at, I'm going to show you that parking brake. Now the parking brake is on this side, which we have activated right here where my hand's at here. It locks the trike in place, so it's a parking brake similar to the one on your car. Now, if you need to make an adjustment on that, what do we do here, Tyson?
So to adjust this, use a 12 millimeter wrench on this nut right here. So you just loosen this guy up right here, and then if you need the parking brake tighter, you just turn this knob in, and you keep turning it in until the parking brake handle feels about right without the back tire dragging when it's spinning.
A 12 millimeter, you're going to loosen this up, and then this allows you to spin it in to tighten it. If you want to loosen it, you turn it counterclockwise, right? You back it out.
That's correct.
And then you retighten this up over here, you guys. So there, you guys have some basic tips for your Amigo Dragster 200 on doing the oil change. We got the chain adjustment over here, you guys. This is your parking brake adjustment, and then of course your wheel alignment over here, you guys. So also, you can always purchase a spanner wrench to adjust the notches here, which will allow you to adjust the stiffness of these shocks here. So this actually has adjustments on the front. Again, you can pick that up at Harbor Freight. You can buy it on Amazon, a spanner wrench. And you'll see the rear has it as well, where my finger's at over here. It allows you to adjust the stiffness of the shock if you choose to do that. And we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.